Hi, I'm Joanna Benvenuto with Remax River City. I've been serving clients in Edmonton for over 12 years, and I'm here to serve something a little bit different today. I'm here with my friend John Kaczmarczyk, and he's going to tell us about how to serve steak in two different ways. I'm really excited to learn this because if some of you know, I love cooking, and no better way to learn than from an expert.
That's right. So we will do a nice Father's Day meal today. So our steaks today will be an Argentine marinated flank steak and a classic grilled T-bone.
And our sides will be twice baked stuffed potatoes and iron skillet mushrooms.
Okay, so we are going to make a Argentine flank steak sous vide style. So nice to have about a good 1 pound piece like this. They usually come a little bigger than this. This one was 2 pounds before, and this was cut in half lengthwise. So a nice piece like that. Then we're going to get our marinade together. Very simple, but very yummy. About a third of a cup of good quality extra virgin olive oil, quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, and we are going to cut up a Fresno pepper. And when you're doing marinades, you don't have to worry about cutting things fine. Chunky is more than acceptable for a marinade. 1 green onion. And of course, lots of garlic. I got 5 cloves here. You can adjust that to your preference. Get that in there. About a teaspoon of kosher salt. And some fresh cracked black pepper. Just give that a little whisk. In your Ziploc bag with your flank steak. And the reason why marinade is good for a flank steak is because a flank steak is quite tough. So I would highly recommend marinating this overnight. Okay. And this will actually turn into a more tender piece of meat than you're used to buying expensive pieces. So I'm just setting up my sous vide tank here right now. We're going to set it at 124 degrees, which is going to give us a perfect medium rare. And it'll allow us a couple degrees extra for when we flash it on the grill after. Straight into your 124 degree sous vide tank. Okay, so we're now going to make our chimichurri sauce. It takes a good, it's basically a parsley based. So that'll be about 3/4 of a cup of flat leaf parsley, a tablespoon of cilantro, and just a little bit of oregano in there as well. I'm going to put a 1/3 of a cup of good quality extra virgin olive oil. And a few teaspoons of good acid. So some recipes call for red wine vinegar, some call for white wine vinegar, some call for lemon juice. I like to blend white wine vinegar and lemon juice. Get our herbs in there. And then we are also going to cut up some more of those Fresno peppers for a little heat. And of course, more garlic.
Yeah, it must not be very hot because I noticed you're leaving the seeds.
Yeah, they're not hot.
They're not hot.
You could eat these right just like they are. See that?
Beautiful.
And our garlic. These ones we're going to mince a little finer than we did for the marinade. Garlic. Salt, pepper, and stir. In the fridge, ready to go. We'll spoon that over the steak after. Okay, so we have our flank steak in the sous vide tank, and we're also going to do a T-bone, but we're going to do this just classic style on the grill. But you want to pull out a piece of meat this big. This one's 1.5 inches thick. So you want to pull this out a good hour before you're ready to grill. If your meat is cold, fresh out of the fridge, you're going to have a very, very hard time getting your temperature proper in the middle before your outside burns. So you want it to warm up to room temperature almost. And all we are going to do with this beautiful piece of meat is coarse kosher salt. And when it's this thick, do not be scared of over salting. It'll take a lot. And fresh ground cracked pepper. That's it. Nothing fancy.
Brushing off the mushrooms. I'm not washing them. This is recommended.
You can, if you're quick, have a sink of cold water ready to go, and a colander and just give them a quick rinse, dump them in a towel and dry them quickly. That will be acceptable.
Okay. I love the smell of mushrooms. It smells so good.
So earthy and nice,
Earthy,
eh?
yes.
Yes.
There's something so good.
We are now going to fry some mushrooms in the cast iron skillet. Heat on, medium, high. Create a good glob of butter. You can never have too much butter with mushrooms.
So true.
In goes the mushrooms. Leave them sit there as they are for a while. Probably 4 or 5 minutes like that. Salt and pepper. All right, as you can see, we're starting to get some nice color on the mushrooms and they are shrinking down to size and getting probably 75% cooked. We're gonna add some chicken stock now. Just a couple ladles of that. It's gonna give some really deep, amazing flavor to those mushrooms. And a little squeeze of lemon. Okay, so all the liquid is now absorbed from our mushrooms. We got a nice color we want here. We're simply going to finish these with some fresh chopped Italian parsley. So our potatoes are now done. They've been 400 degrees for an hour in the oven. And we are now going to cut the tops off. Just the top 10% of the potato here to expose him like that. And then we are going to take most of the filling out, leaving approximately a 1/4 inch on the edge for some structural integrity. So this is what your finished product you want to look like. Just a potato bathtub.
All right, tell us about this cream.
Okay, so we're just gonna heat some cream up here on the stove to have ready for when we're gonna mash our potatoes.
Still working on the potatoes here, but they're looking pretty good. They're a little bathed.
Okay, so we have all our potatoes hollowed out. All the filling here ready to go into the mixer. Put a couple blobs of butter in there. Some warm cream. And my trick for my favorite flavor of potatoes, a little bit of mayonnaise. Salt and pepper. And some cheese. Here I have a blend of medium cheddar and Parmesan Reggiano. And we are just going to blend until smooth. Okay, so now our potato filling is mixed. We are simply going to pipe it inside the potatoes. I got a nice star tip here, then we're going to fill it, shake it down.
That looks perfect.
Okay, so our potatoes are now stuffed and they're going to go back in the oven, hence the name twice baked potatoes, to get a nice golden color on those rose fins. Okay, so I'm just going to do a fine chop on some chives here, and I made my own homemade bacon bits earlier today, so that'll just be toppings for the stuffed potatoes. Okay, so the stuffed potatoes have been in for their second baking, and this is the result we were looking for. Nice golden brown tops.
Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful.
Our flank steak has been in the sous vide bath here for approximately 4 hours, which is ideal. So we're just going to get him out of there and pull him out of the bag, just like so. Ready for the grill. Grilling steak time. Our beautiful T-bone directly on hot heat, 45 degrees to the left. This is going to help us get those perfect crosshatch marks that you get in your steakhouse restaurant. 45 degrees this way, 45 degrees that way. Just a few minutes on each side. And same thing with our flank steak. Okay, and our flank steak is going to be quite a bit quicker than the T-bone because it's already at the perfect temperature, cooking in the sous vide bath all day. So we're just going to flash it quickly on the heat to get some nice marks on it. And that'll be it for him. Okay, so that's a few minutes just to get some nice marks on the flank steak, and he's done. We'll let him rest now on a rack above the pan. So the steak is not on the pan directly. That'll cause it to steam, releasing a lot of juices and toughen it up a little. So you want air be able to able to move around the whole steak to rest. And you'll see after there won't be one drop of juice underneath this thing. It will not lose any juice. So our T-bone is now a perfect medium rare. Off he goes onto the cooling rack as well.
That is beautiful. Isn't that the
There you go.
best steak you've ever seen?
Let's lay our chimichurri over him. And there you go, family style steak.
Thank you so much. This is gorgeous.
Thank you guys so much for having me, and please enjoy. Hope you like it.